everyone. Welcome to Find It Fergus Falls. I'm Lisa Workman with the Fergus Falls Chamber. We are on location today at Fergus Brewing Company. Isn't this fantastic? We get to go to a brewery. Well, we're going to talk to the owner, Scott Wagnall. We're going to head on inside. We're going to give you a preview of some of the beers. But the best thing that you can do is head on over to Fergus Brewing Company. We'll see you inside.
Add us to your back-to-school list with the installation of Park Region's GigaSpire router and downloading the MySafetyNet app, putting you in the driver's seat of your home network data, devices, and security. Throughout the month of September, we are offering free installation of MySafetyNet and GigaSpire router with a 1-year contract. To learn more about Park Region's GigaSpire router and this great deal, call our office at 218-998-2000 to speak with a customer service representative. Call today, as this $45 offer expires September 30th, 2022.
Welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. We are on location inside at Fergus Brewing. Now, normally it's not this quiet, but we kind of snuck in before the doors were officially open. So, of course, Paul Hicks from the Chamber team is here, and Scott Wagnall, one of the, not a head brewer. I haven't quite gotten to that level, right?
No, I'm not that level.
One of the owners.
I own the place, but brewing is not my forte.
No, but you know what? We have to have brewers and we have to have beer drinkers. We have to have brewing company owners. So we have to have everybody involved here. So Fergus Brewing Company, you guys have been open for how long now?
3 years.
3 years.
Yep.
Just to have your third birthday party. Heard that was a big shindig.
Yep. We had a bouncy house for kids. We had games all over the place. We had a lot of families that afternoon. That was great. And then we had the crop dusters played that evening. So it was nice. We had fires going outside, and it was a beautiful day.
You know, and I think that's one of the great things about Fergus Brewing Company is that really it's not just brewing and beer, it's family friendly, and you guys include the community when you're doing some different events.
Well, we try.
Yeah. And of course there is some beer too. So Paul, have you had the opportunity to sample any of these fabulous beers that are sitting in front of us?
I have. And the one thing I think is great is Andy does a fantastic job at coming up with different ones. I mean, there's the birthday cake. You've got cream ale with birthday cake. I've had birthday cake, I've had cream ale, but I mean, just the idea to put them together. And I know on the radio show, Kathy was talking about a few of the other ones coming up, like the pancakes for breakfast.
Pancakes for dinner.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, they've always got some fantastic and unique flavors, and I mean, their names, they're nice, and a lot of them tie into Fergus and the history of Fergus, which is also a kind of a nice plus.
Yeah, it's a nice little nod too, because there was a Fergus Brewing Company long before your time, I'm
sure.
And
I tried to do some research on it. It's really hard to know exactly, but it would appear that Fergus Brewing Company first came about in about 1910, and on and off through sales and purchases was Fergus Brewing Company probably about 3 times over the years, up through the 1940s probably, and then now again. So.
Right. And you guys have this fantastic location here overlooking the Otter Tail River, very close in walking distance to, throughout Fergus Falls, as well as a great space outside. People can sit out on the patio and watch the river.
Yeah, they got the big old deck out back too, which is a Minnesota plus.
Definitely. The 3-season patio.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, of course, great space outside too. And you guys will really be ramping it up for Oktoberfest coming up.
Yep, and that is October 1st, Saturday, October 1st. We have our Oktoberfest, and we do the usuals with, brats and the German stuff. And our main beer that day, of course, is the Oktoberfest beer, which is a Bavarian style Märzen beer, which is a nice medium roasted beer, which is just very smooth.
And then we should talk a little bit about that too, because there are folks that maybe haven't really jumped into the deep end on the craft beer scene. You have a variety of different types of beers. I'm looking at like this Viking picnic lunch. See, I could read the label, Belgian Saison.
Yeah.
With blood orange puree.
Yes.
There's fanciness for you there.
Yeah. And that whole idea that Belgian Saison is French for season, and basically that beer or that style of beer usually comes about at the end of the brewing season, which would be toward the end of the summer, and the brewers would just take literally whatever they had left, and they just threw it all in, and they brewed a batch, and that's what you get. There's just a lot of flavors in that beer, and it's very interesting. I mean, it's not like probably any other beer you'd ever have.
No, and I think that's what's kind of cool too, is that the beers do have seasons. Oktoberfest, the picnic lunch. This is the unreadable band name. This is a Cold India Pale Ale.
I can't even comment on that.
No.
That's my son-in-law at work. It's an IPA, which are not my favorite beers, but a lot of people love them.
Love them, hate them, a variety for everyone.
Exactly.
One of the great thing is, if you're not sure too, you have just your regular lager.
Yes.
Just the leisure suit. So if you're kind of used to just a regular light beer and just kind of, like you say, a dabbling, that's a nice one to start with.
Yep.
Right.
So whenever somebody walks up to the bar and says, "What do you have that's the closest thing to Bud Light?"
Yep.
I say, "Well, I've got one for you, and that's that leisure suit lager."
And so beer lovers of all sorts are welcome here.
Absolutely.
And it's like you said, a great place where kids are welcome to come within the normal kid hours. A lot of variety of beers, and again, different events. So we've talked a little bit about the Oktoberfest on October 1st coming up. Of course, we're going to be hosting a little member mixer here. We're going to get people pre-gamed for Oktoberfest on Thursday, September 29th. We'll be right here at Fergus Brewing Company. Marco and Mama Sheena's will be grilling some brats, so folks can register for the event on the chamber website. If they pay by the 26th of September, they'll get $10 in Fergus bucks to spend when they show up. So that should be a fun event. We've got some other members that'll be out here playing some games and doing a little member mix and mingle. No, that's later in the year too. So again, we're looking forward to coming out here for that. And you guys have been a great partner of putting on community events, whether it's your birthday party, the brewery's third birthday party, not Scott's third birthday party.
Right.
Oktoberfest, but also doing some fundraisers for the Humane Society. Let's talk a little bit about the Bark Brunch.
Yeah, so on October 9th, starting at 10:30 in the morning, we will be having a Bark Brunch, which is going to be a fundraiser for the Humane Society. We usually have, let's see, it's roasted catering. We'll have some brunch type foods here for us, and we just love to have people come out and support the Humane Society. So it's the kind of thing we like to do. This last Tuesday, we had a fundraiser for the prairie.
For the prairie wetlands,
yeah,
right?
Prairie wetlands.
Pints for the prairie.
Pints for the prairie, exactly. And that was great. We had there was a band here, and we had a food truck and stuff, and and had a really great turnout. So we like to do those kinds of things.
A lot of good and unique partnerships. So, you know, you might not think beer and barking or beer and puppy dogs, but that's a good fundraiser. And Paul, you guys were involved in a fashion show out here
Yes.
this year too. So that, you know, I
Yep.
love the willingness to partner with other businesses and nonprofits.
No, and Fergus Brewing has been great about that, joining in and doing whatever they can to kind of help all the spectrum of businesses that are in Fergus.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Great location. Of course, we want to invite folks to come out. Our regular hours.
Wednesday and Thursday from 5 to 9, Friday from 4 to 10 or 11, I'm forgetting. Saturday is noon to 11, and Sundays from noon to 6.
So open all weekend or during the day on the weekends too, where folks can get out and enjoy some of the great things that are going on in Fergus Falls. Well,
Yeah.
Scott, we're so glad you guys, brought to life Fergus Brewing Company, and we'll invite folks to come on out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on out.
Love to have you.
Enjoy the day, enjoy some beer, and enjoy the great scenery out here. Thanks for tuning in here at Fergus Brewing Company.
Do you love sports? Then Park Region wants you. We're looking for energetic and well-spoken individuals to announce the Ashby Aero Volleyball and Fergus Falls Otter football games on our local PRTV Now channels. If you're interested in these part-time positions, joining a fun, exciting work environment, contact our Human Resources Department at 218-826-8327.
Well, thanks for joining us out here at Fergus Brewing Company here on Find It in Fergus Falls. Of course, I want to invite you to come to our membership mixer Thursday, September 29th here at Fergus Brewing Company. Come on out, enjoy some brats, have some beer, play some games, win some prizes. Just head on over to our website at fergusfalls.com and sign up for the member mixer on Thursday, September 29th. I'm Lisa Workman. This has been Find It in Fergus Falls. We'll see you again next time. I'm going in to have a beer.